Hello, and welcome to another daily run. It looks like we're starting at the Metropolis today. We have a pretty decent starting roster, I'd say. Timber is very good, Conkeldurr is a really good mon, so it's something to keep until the end of the run. Also, Togedemaru, it's pretty okay. I don't see me keeping what's the little thing, the charger bug for a long time, but we'll see. We'll see. Now, I apologize in advance if there's any kind of traffic noises on the background or something like that, because I'm not in my house right now, and the place where I'm at, it's kind of tricky to be able to record without any background sound because like the street is right over there. But let's keep going. I see a Fido right here. I really like Fido. Out of the three new dogs that were introduced together, I like Fido the most because Fire type is amazing, and unfortunately this one does not have well-baked body, so no fire immunity. But anyway, still pretty good mon, kinda fast, hits hard. Now right here, this first trainer of the run, it's pretty annoying. It was like a pain to get through. Like Swallow is like really fast, it has a high attack, and they have Fly, which is like a really high base power move. I managed to make my way through without like a lot of losses, but still kind of sucks because they took HP out of pretty much everything. So, but hey, our Timber evolved into Girder, so we have a little bit of a bulkier mon to deal with that kind of situation. Well, not exactly these kind of situations because, you know, flying typing. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and teach Spark to Togedemaru, finally a electric type move. Like, it's a really decent mon, but it also always starts with random moves that are kind of bad. Like Gyro Ball is terrible on it because it's a kind of a fast mon. So anyway, we're gonna revive Charger Bug. Here's a Watchog, which if I remember didn't really give me a lot of trouble because of it just kept like super fanging. And we find an Esper. I don't have a Psychic type and have a slot on my team right now, so I figure why not just add it to the team. And it's a male, so pretty decent support mon for the team. It will learn like screens and whatnot, and we're just gonna go ahead and keep taking out or getting taken out, I guess, by Lanung. And I realize I don't have any more retaliates left. I just chuck a ball at it just to finish it like a little bit faster, and it's a good thing. Esper is already evolving for the first boss of the run, so better stats and HP and whatnot, so that's nice. And the bosses are harder, so shouldn't be anything that crazy. Like, considering you have one ourselves with Intimidate, we can just nerf it a little bit if we need it. I don't even think I end up using my hard gear right here. And pretty easy, actually. And Fido is already evolving as well, so right on the biome change, which is nice. Now we have a better mon, not as frail. And right here, that weird cut was because the game crashed on me, like it always does actually. But we're just gonna go ahead and start taking out some mons at the slum. And Herdier wants to learn Crunch, which is nice, a nice upgrade over Bite. There's a Varoom, but we already have both of those typings. I mean, I don't know if I have a poison type yet, but I will eventually have one. I see a Wormadam right here. I always tend to want to catch steel types, but honestly, I don't really see these like breaking or making the game for me, so I just go ahead and take it out with a couple rock smashes with Girder, and that's about it. Charger Bug wants to learn Sticky Web, but at this point I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get rid of it eventually. I already have electric typing on Togedemaru, and I don't really think bug type will be that big of a deal at the end. I don't know, I just have the feeling Charger Bug won't be sticking around for much. Like Vikavolt, it's amazing, but if it doesn't have Thunderclap, which is like basically an electric type sucker punch, it's kind of tough because it's a really slow mon. So anyway, here's the second trainer of the run. It has a Bolton that actually deals quite a bit of damage with Strong Jaw. It's level 35, it's kind of high, and it does a number on my team, to be quite honest with you. That wasn't really what I would call an easy fight at all, because I lost 2 mons and got the risk, took the risk to get the paralysis as well. So here's Eradicate, and here was Eradicate, bye bye. So just gonna go ahead and shuffle a little bit to get better balls. And here's this Skuntank. As I mentioned before, I do end up catching a poison type, which is this one, because I also like dark typing. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get rid of either Charger Bug or Stoutland right here. Right now, I do not remember, but it might be Stoutland just because it is like it has pretty much no HP left. So, and it is no, actually it was Charger Bug. I'm sorry, but right here, Togedemaru wants to learn Magnet Rise, which is amazing for it because it gets rid of like one of its worst weaknesses, and I will keep it around just in case. There are exploding coffins everywhere, so this is when I realized that Togedemaru, despite being a steel type, it's not that tanky of a mon. Like that did like half my HP. It's supposed to be resisted, you know. I know self-destruct is like a broken move, but come on. Anyway, boss for the floor 20 is Spears, and things are quite okay, I would say. I do have Play Rough, I do have a Fairy type. I don't even know if it's alive, but anyway, Stoutland manages to pretty much get rid of almost all the mons. If I'm not mistaken, it loses to Obstagoon right here, but I managed to get a Baby Doll Ice off to lower its attack a little bit, so Girder can just come in and finish it off with a Dynamic Punch. Thank God I didn't miss that because my Girder does not have no guard. I don't even know if it gets no guard actually, but well, it does not have. Right here, I see two mons that I really like. We're at the swamp right now. I really like Ludicolo because of the recovery, and it has Hydro Pump. Also, Leech Seed is amazing against bosses when you don't have anything decent to hit them with. I am divided right here between Quagsire and Ludicolo. I choose Ludicolo for the Leech Seed, even though I would love to have a ground type because we never know what we're gonna be up against. Togedemaru learns Zing Zap finally. It's like its signature move. Finally has a decent, strong electric type that even has a chance to flinch, so I use both of these mons like Skuntank and Togedemaru to take the Ludicolo's HP down a little bit. It doesn't end up mattering a lot because of Leech Seed, but I just switch out and continue to chug Great Balls, I'm sorry. And eventually I catch it and I replace it. I replace Stoutland with it because out of all my mons, Normal type is the type that won't ever really help that much because it won't ever be super effective. So I take the chance and put in Ludicolo, and it's already paying off because the next spawn is like a Gastrodon and I just one-shot it, so amazing. Also, I didn't really have a decent way to quickly get through those floors. Even though I have Togedemaru, there are a lot of ground types like half water and half ground, like we see immediately right here. And honestly, it's a cakewalk and it's amazing because I do not lose HP on those kind of battles because of Giga Drain, so amazing. And Meowstic learns the screens, which is like the main reason why I kept it in the team. It kind of hits hard as well, but I mainly kept it for the support. I grab a mushroom and use it to teach Hydro Pump back to Ludicolo just in case I needed a stronger water type move to hit. Other than Bubble Beam, which is like decent, but it's like 65 base power, so. Here is another trainer at the swamp. He has a lot of mons, honestly. Pretty weak mons, so those kind of battles that are just kind of annoying because they have a lot of mons. And well, I shouldn't be talking smack actually because it took down my Skuntank like it was nobody's business. But other than that, it's not really necessarily a tough fight, you know, I'm just getting lucky with switching around. But that will end right here after my miss on Play Rough because life is like that, kids. If you can miss, you will miss. And it doesn't matter if it's like 95% or like Stab Cannon, so we're gonna go ahead and continue to try to get through this trainer. And honestly, Ludicolo is pulling its weight like so nicely. It's done a lot of work since I put it on the team and I don't regret it at all, so definitely try to pick Ludicolo up if you can. And also, I am going to tell you right now, in case you're playing along, the final boss is Groudon, which you might already know because of the title and the thumbnail and whatnot. But I didn't really have a nice time with that fight. I had to get a lot gimmicky, like with Leech Seed and Reflect and switching around and Electromagnetism from Togedemaru to sap away its health, so Definitely try to grab like more water or grass types if you can. It will make a lot of difference. Honestly, if you can grab grass types, it's better because of the ground type moves, because it has Precipitate Blades and Earthquake, so electromagnetism on Togedemaru helps. Anyway, here's another Ludigolo, Ludigolo. Whenever I see this mon, I immediately start playing the Mirror B background music from Pokemon Colosseum. Oh my god, the game is so amazing. I wish they had like a third one after Gale of Darkness. Anyway, here's another water type you can add to your roster if you want. Honestly, not a bad idea to add 2 Ludicolo to the team. I should have done that, but at that point I did not know who the boss was gonna be. So the better variety you have on your team for those kind of situations, the better, because you can, chances are you're gonna be able to do something to get through. Now, my play right there was to try to get a speed drop with Bubble Beam, because Ludicolo wasn't gonna be doing much in this battle anyway. So I get the speed drop, get my screens up with Meowstic, and take out the Roselia. Thank god it's not a Roserade, otherwise I would have been in trouble. And because of the Reflect, I managed to take out Skorupi as well with Meowstic. Honestly, for a paralyzed cat, it's pulling its weight pretty decently. I refreshed to Reflect, knowing I am going to go down right here, but it doesn't matter. Switching to Girder to try to Stone Edge it, and you know, thankfully it crits. And that actually goes a long way because, oh my god, those mons are tanky and strong. Like, look at the damage I did to the Garbodor. Basically nothing. Thank god I have a Steel type, even though it has Body Press. It goes for rest, I just spam Zingzap until it dies. And that's pretty much it for this boss. Also, I did speed up the video a little bit, just because I had to do so much switching around and so much stuff that it ended up being better to speed it up a little bit, to not make the video too, you know, long and monotonous, I guess. So if you feel like the video is a little bit faster, don't worry, you're not crazy, not yet. I did speed up a little bit, like, but just a tiny bit, so you can still like see what I'm doing and what I'm thinking about when I'm playing, and not as fast as to the point where I can't comment on what's happening, you know, on the screen. And right here, we have a Lokix and a Ninetales. Don't really need either of them. I'm really glad I did not add a Ninetales to my roster, because, you know, my team is already kind of underdog enough to take on a Groudon. So we're just gonna go ahead and keep trying to get as better as items we can get, and as better healing, and, you know, everything we can get. And also Hydro Pump comes quite in handy when it doesn't miss, because it's basically a one-hit KO on everything that it's super effective on. Well, I mean, tell this to Groudon, right? As if. Anyway, Togedemaru wants to learn Wild Charge. I teach it over Gyro Ball just because I won't use Gyro Ball, but honestly, I probably won't use Wild Charge anyway, because it's basically the same power as Zingzap, and it has Recoil. So here's the second to last trainer of the run. It's pretty easy. They have a lot of unevolved mons, like you can pretty much one-shot them with any kind of stab strong moves they have. At least those couple 2 mons, like obviously both of these are not like not evolved mons, but if you switch around enough and if you kept Meowstic with the screens, should be good to go. Actually, this Duck Trio right here, I believe it takes out my mons because it's really fast, and both my mons are weak to ground right now. I do not feel like staying in, especially with Togedemaru, so I switch out thinking it's going to go for it, but it actually ends up going for the Skuntank. So bye-bye, Skuntank. The aftermath though, you know, just to remind me and my enemies that I was gone but not forgotten. Anyway, Duck Trio keeps digging, which is insanely annoying, but thank god it goes down to 1 Giga Drain, and there goes Eevee digging around, like why? And we have a Dodrio and an Eevee to take out still, and honestly, I believe only those 2 first mons were easy, because this double battle actually ends up taking like half my team out. I really do not like double battles especially on daily runs, because we do not have unlimited healing. Like, we cannot just keep paying for healing, we have to take 1 item and keep moving, and sometimes that can screw you over. So I try to manage a little bit as better as I can with the amount of floors I have left until the boss. to, revive and heal and recover PP. Thank God I rolled a max revive right there. But honestly, Ludicolo doing a great job with those hydro bumps on those Ninetales. And they really are baiting you to catch a Ninetales, but do not catch a Ninetales unless you can teach like Will-O-Wisp, or it already has Will-O-Wisp. Because other than that, I don't see it surviving enough to do anything. I don't even know if it could get that off. Anyway, here is Viola. Again, I think we saw her yesterday, but honestly, out of all bosses I faced on this run, I think she's the chillest one. Like, not an easy battle, as you can see, because my mons are kind of hurt, but not a difficult battle by all means. Like, just take your time and it should be fine. I just basically spam Zing Zap as she switches around, and pretty decent strategy. You can, like I said in the last video, you can kind of exploit the AI, because they will most likely switch out the mount if you get it like its HP low enough. If it has like kind of a mount with like better HP or something, like healthier, I guess. Anyway, here's her last pawn, and I just go ahead and take it out with Dodge Pawn and play rough. Pretty easy, nothing to write home about. But now we are entering our final biome, which is the forest. And honestly, I had enough of the forest and and bugs and grass yesterday, or in the last couple runs. But hey, we did not see pressure rate today, so that's a win on my book. Anyway, I just try to start thinking a little bit more to take out the mons, to try to preserve as much HP and PP as possible, so I can get healthier and don't have to rely as much on the item runs as I usually have to, because bad decision making. Oh well, X accuracy, it's worth getting it, like play rough and stuff. It helps, definitely helps. Also, we are approaching floor 45, so start keeping those X items in mind so you can stack up for the final boss. That honestly saves runs, and it's not a bad idea to stack up for the last trainer either. So, but keep in mind that the buffs only last like 5 floors, so if I get a buff right here, I won't have that buff for the final boss. Just the buffs I get like from floor 45 onward will be active at that time, so keep that in mind. Scolipede, pretty nice mon, but at this point I won't switch my team around. I won't have any opportunities to like teach it moves or use mushrooms or anything like that, and I really need to keep my item rolls for healing, as we all learned from my past mistakes. I take a beating from this Go-Goat because I do not have a attacking poison stab move on Skuntank. Not the best idea, but doesn't really end up mattering as like either way. I wasn't expecting like to get taken out by Leavanny using Bug Buzz, by the way. That's why that happened. I thought he was gonna go for a physical move, and I have a Reflect up. So anyway, thank God the revive comes immediately, and I just go ahead and switch into Dodge Pawn to take out the Breloom. Easy KO, that's what I like to see near the end, so I can just grab my items, like I start racking up X stuff. Meowstic takes Beedrill out really quickly as well, which is nice. Max Potion, like, for me this was the win of the run right here, not even counting like the miracle I pulled to beat Groudon. But anyway, not a bad idea to always have Reflect up and Light Screen if you feel like you can do as much damage. Right here, I know Shift Free doesn't get that many moves because it evolves with stones, so I know it has Sucker Punch. I just keep spamming Reflect and Light Screen so as to not make it hit my Meowstic and to preserve a little bit more HP. Honestly, it probably would have taken out Meowstic with one hit. I look around to see if anyone needs an elixir. It doesn't seem like anyone's like that desperate, so I almost took Great Balls right there, but I take the regular potion just to, heal up a little bit. Here's our final floor, not anything difficult, and here we go. Finally, we get the linking cord at the last possible moment. Honestly, I had forgotten I had to evolve this thing like right until I saw the linking cord, but it ended up working out. So here is our boss for today. It's Groudon. So my thought process here is I cannot take a hit. I just immediately go into Meowstic. I know it's fast. Set up Reflect so I can switch it into Ludicolo, because it can tank a little bit of the moves as I set up like Leech Seed, and just keep trying to chip away with Giga Drain, staying alive as much as I can, which is not that long at all because Groudon hits like a monster and his attack keeps rising while I keep depleting its HP. You know, it gets like random buffs when the HP gets lower. And here it starts like, I don't know, it's just like kind of a stally battle, but it has a citrus berry, so it doesn't really work out in my favor. I won't be able to take it out with Ludicolo. I try to think what I could do right here. Honestly, I just think I'm just gonna go ahead and let Ludicolo go, because Leech Seed is up, so I'll have to manage with that. I Spiky Shield. If I'm not mistaken, I Electromagnetism to make the ground type move miss. I Spiky Shield again because I saw it had Hammer Arm. And it won't go for ground type move right here because of the electromagnetism. So I take the opportunity to switch into something that will resist and survive, so I can get even more damage with Leech Seed, because every little bit counts. As you can see, I am getting demolished. So, but it is only its last bar of HP, which is nice. So I will just take a Hail Mary here, Spiky Shield once, doesn't kill with the Leech Seed, and I just go for the second one. Like, I am debating, but I go for the second one, I get it, and it pays off. That's why I won the run with the 50-50 Spiky Shield chance. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.